best Halloween moments on The Ellen Show.
Ellen is a big fan of Halloween, and she makes the most out of every Halloween period. Today we count down 10 of those Halloween moments. Watch until the end for the best Halloween preparation ideas. Make sure you give us a thumbs up and subscribe to this channel. Let's get it going.
10. Ellen as Nicki Minaj.
Nicki Minaj is ever stylish and different, so dressing like her for Halloween can really make someone stand out in a costume party. Every day is a costume day for Nicki, so options to pick from for Halloween can never run out. Ellen first dressed up as Nicki in 2013, and the crowd couldn't stop celebrating the outfit. Nicki was on the show for a few weeks before Halloween, but her shirt wasn't on the show. Ellen says that Nicki moved her show from PG to DD. DeGeneres decided to mimic the same outfit and even added boobs and long hair to complete the look. She had the same outfit, including the shoes, but Ellen couldn't see her shoes because her boom booms were all over the place. A Nicki look can't be complete without going a little bit extra on the downside, and Ellen had her super bass enlarged for the occasion. Kids can be really nagging when it comes to Halloween costumes, and Ellen gives parents the best last-minute costume ideas.
9. Costume ideas for kids.
Apple took the headphone jack out of the iPhone, and people probably had a lot of useless earphones around the house. That gave Ellen the first brilliant Halloween costume idea. A little girl dressed up as an earphones mummy, even though she said she kind of likes the costume. She also had another amazing idea for kids who didn't want to dress up as pirates and princesses: a cup of coffee and a piece of cake. Ellen's next costume was inspired by her new app, Ellen's Emoji Explosion. The next costume was also inspired by something Ellen did during that year. The kid didn't look dressed up until she turned around and revealed that she was Shiny Heiny. The next costume was inspired by the second most decorated swimmer in Olympic history, behind only Michael Phelps. He'd made headlines over the summer, and dressing up as him would be a win: Ryan Lochte. Since it was an election year, the last costume was inspired by one of the presidential candidates. She was dressed up as Trump's wall to keep immigrants out of America. DeGeneres enjoys scaring her guests and staff, and even though they go to the show anticipating a scare, they always scream in terror.
8. Andy and Jacqueline.
For the Halloween season, Ellen sent her producer Andy and his assistant Jacqueline to a haunted house. The two went to Universal Studios where there was a night of horrors, and they were supposed to go through a maze. Andy made it clear that it wasn't their idea, and they were doing it purely for Ellen's amusement. The scares started as soon as they entered the maze, and they were in for the horror of a lifetime. The whole journey was filled with scares and demon-looking creatures, and at some point, Andy swore that he peed himself. He comforted himself by saying that he had everything under control and took the lead as Jacqueline followed. A few seconds later, he was the one behind Jacqueline who was shaking in terror. The experience seemed longer than anticipated, and they couldn't wait to leave the haunted house. It was a sigh of relief when they saw the exit, and they were glad to make it out of the haunted house in one piece. There are so many Kardashians and Jenners, sometimes it gets hard to keep up with all of them. But Ellen kept her fans in the loop with the lesser-known Kardashian.
7. Ellen as a Kardashian.
Ellen dressed in a plunging zebra print long-sleeve top and black stirrup leggings over running shoes. Ellen also did a promo of Keeping Up with the Kardashians and introduced the new sister, Carla Kardashian. It's essential for all Kardashians to have a double K in their names. Carla explained why the world didn't know her as much as they knew the other Kardashians. She said, "I'm a big part of the family, but for some reason, I'm always cut out of the show. I understand because they only have 12 reality shows that are on TV 80 hours a week, but they didn't have room for me." However, things were looking up for her, and Carla Kardashian was happy to announce that she was the new face of Funyuns. Ellen managed to keep up the appearance and gave another special edition when Carla was pregnant with an NBA player. It was a season when Kardashians were pregnant, and Carla couldn't be left out. Candy Crush Saga is a free-to-play match-3 puzzle video game released by King on April 12, 2012. And since its release, there have been over 1 trillion levels played by millions of people all around the world.
6. Candy Crush Friends.
Halloween is never complete without candy, and for the season, Ellen introduced a special edition of Candy Crush Friends, where she'd play Trick or Treat with an audience member. Ellen would ask her a question, and if she got it right, she'd get a treat. And if Lauren got it wrong, she'd get a trick. The grand prize Lauren was playing for was $10,000. Lauren had to answer the questions before opening either of the 5 doors on stage. The first task was easy. She did her sexiest dance before opening a door, but Unfortunately, there was nothing behind the door. She got the second question correct as well, but there was only powder behind her second door choice. On her third attempt, Lauren opened the right door and won $10,000. During the same episode, Rebel Wilson was also on the show. Her costume represented all the plus-size women, and she was happy to announce that she was the first plus-size to star in a romantic comedy, and she'd also produced the same movie. Isn't it romantic? The last person anyone would want to meet at the Halloween store as a cashier is Adam, Ellen's writer, and Ellen sent him to act as a cashier in one of the stores.
5. Kevin the Cashier.
Adam invited the first customer to his Halloween party, which was down the street, but it didn't matter if she didn't go because it would just be the two of them. Then Adam asked her to help him shout out the name of his manager, Gary. He asked the next customers if they loved candy corn, and Adam filled the woman's purse with countless candy corns. He also excused himself from two ladies and asked them if they hold his legs as he did 300 sit-ups. The next situation was the most hilarious. A woman walked into the store and asked for vampire blood. Adam...
Blood?
Yeah.
I don't know if you're interested, but I know a guy that can get you real blood.
Are you kidding me?
Do you want that, or...?
Adam told her he'd get her real blood if she was interested, and the lady totally freaked out. He tricked a couple more people before he revealed to a woman and her daughter that they were on the Ellen show. The customer couldn't believe until Adam gave her Ellen's business card, and her reaction was priceless. Contortionists can be scary with their twists and turns. That's why it's the best act anyone can give up for a Halloween special.
4. Sophie Dawsey.
You may remember Sophie Dawsey from America's Got Talent, and her skills throughout the season were remarkable. She's one of those people who didn't win the show, but won the hearts of millions across the globe. Sophie Dawsey is a contortionist and YouTube sensation with more than 2 million subscribers, and her act has gotten better since we first saw her on America's Got Talent. She can fold her body like a jackknife, spin from a hoop suspended in the air, eat a hamburger using her legs, and shoot an arrow with her toes. For the Halloween season, Ellen invited Dawsey to her show to give an exceptional performance. Considering she's a self-taught contortionist, Sophie's performance was remarkable. She also had plans to scare people around the neighborhood by dressing up like a doll and having an axe on her tummy. Then she'd walk on 4 limbs. Next up is a couple of amazing last-minute costumes in case you forgot to plan for the perfect Halloween costume.
3. Last-minute costumes.
The first idea Ellen gave was another Nicki Minaj costume. 5-year-old Mila wore the outfit, and Ellen completed the look with a shoe which Cardi B threw at Nicki during their confrontation. The other costume was a bird, which was a costume from several years back, and Ellen managed to revamp it by adding a scooter. The next kid walked in as a knight, and Ellen placed a tent on his back to make him Fortnite. Kaelin came out pushing a maternity bed, and she was about to give birth to something great. A star! Yeah, a star is born. With Ellen still doing her shows, we will never run out of last-minute ideas. She doesn't have kids, but Ellen does a great job at coming up with the outfits for the parents. Ellen made a costume of a black man with a mustache behind a desk, Steve Harvey. She also had the idea of a working mom and a Shutterfly check for the hardworking mom to complete the look. Then she mimicked a teat from a milk advert, and the hilarious ideas never seem to run out. It may take years for people to make it into the limelight, but for some people, it takes one night and a fantastic video to break through.
2. Kaelin Allen.
Kaelin Allen leveraged his talent when he signed a deal with Ellen to appear on more of her shows. His ability went way beyond being a food critic, and he described the opportunity as a great chance to grow in the industry. For Halloween, Kaelin did a drastic transformation into one of our favorite Disney villains, Maleficent. The only problem was that the villain was female, and Allen wasn't willing to shave his goatee, so he came up with a name for the character, Maleficent. The costume and the make looked terrific, and he completed the look with an exciting monologue which proved that he can do really well if he chose to go into acting. Well, Kaelin says that he's always wanted to be an actor, and undoubtedly magnificent. The Bachelor is filled with drama and heartbreaks, and at the end of the show, someone finds love, but people were yet to see the most dramatic season ever. I saved the best for last, but first I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. So if you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it. It really works.
1. Ellen on The Bachelor.
DeGeneres has a crazy Halloween game, but for the Bachelor edition, she took the notch higher. Ellen had intentions of appearing on The Bachelor for 2 specific reasons: to find a man and to drink tequila. Ellen arrived on stage in a luxurious car and told the audience that since they were shooting for The Bachelor, the show would be 6 hours long. She expected the audience to be disappointed, but they were happy to sit through the 6 hours. Ellen then introduced herself as Kelly with 4 L's, since there were 4 other people named Kelly in the season. She was ready to meet The Bachelor, Milo Ventimiglia, and if she didn't win, Ellen would try her luck on The Bachelorette, Bachelor in Paradise After Paradise, or any other Bachelor show available. Ellen also introduced another Bachelorette, Kristen, and the prospective husband Nick, and they had a great time in the bathtub. At the end of the show, Ellen was rejected, and she had a couple of words in the backseat of a car, and as always, it was rib cracking. Thanks for watching,
And have an excellent day.